to what do we call it?
Bold will
Oh
hold.
God. We've only been doing this whole time.
Yeah, I'm Britton.
I'm
Haley.
Haley.
I'm shy.
And Jordan
have-
will be back momentarily. I made
Once
an
he
oopsie on the
remembers his
computer, so
password.
he's undoing the oopsie.
Tisk,
He's fixing
tisk,
your
tisk.
oopsie.
Yeah. So anyways,
We have some recent updates.
Breaking news.
Flash.
We're doing well, we have a few things going on in the near future. We have the Cincinnati convention.
That's this upcoming week.
What is it, the 30th through 1st?
It is
I
this
think it's the
Friday, Saturday,
29th.
Sunday.
30th and 1st.
So next Friday, well,
Doesn't
this
seem right.
upcoming Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this upcoming Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which all 4 of us will be there.
Yep.
And then we have an upcoming Friday the 13th flash
The week after.
Yup.
the following week.
Mhm.
here
or
at
2
the
weeks
shop.
after. Is it 1 week
It's
or 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Oh, yeah,
2
2
weeks.
weeks, because next weekend's the 7th.
Yeah.
Weekend of the 7th. So
Yeah.
2 weeks after.
30th, 31st, 1st of June.
Gotcha. That's for the Cincinnati dates.
Yes.
Um,
And then we're having that flash sale because it is the only Friday the 13th this year.
All freaking year.
how many did we have last year?
I think like 4. And I
Too
think there was
many.
1 year that we had 7.
Yeah.
You
And
remember
now-
that?
Yeah, we've had a lot in the
Was
last
I even
couple
here
of
for
years.
that?
I don't. You weren't here
mean,
for that 7.
I feel like almost every year that I've tattooed, there's been like multiple.
There's been like 2 or 3 at least every year that I've been here. I think there was 3 last year.
Yeah. But
'Cause we
this
had-
one's gonna be fun because we have guest artists here.
Yes.
Who's
We
guest
have what?
artists?
Bill Fashionbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
Caitlin.
Caitlin
Robinson.
and Rebel Sid.
No.
No.
DJ.
DJ.
He's also going to be doing a tattoo building.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, DJ.
So that'll be fun. We'll
Gonna
have
be
a
fun to hang
nice
out with.
full shop.
Yeah, I
Flash.
won't be here. I'm gonna be sad.
Wah, wah.
I'm gonna be at a different Flash event, which will
For
still be
good
fun.
cause, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna be at the area. They're doing a donation. They have all the details on their Instagram for all that. But the flash sales here are always really big and a lot of fun too.
They're bussin'.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Yeah.
a lot of designs this time, so I'm interested to see like the
Turnout.
variety of tattoos we get to do.
You guys are also bringing back Old Flash too this time, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be
So
fun.
if you missed out on the last,
Have you guys
Flash
started
event.
picking through designs yet?
No.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have like easily over 100 designs.
Yeah, I was thinking around 100, but I
Yeah.
felt like I didn't want to aim too high and then disappoint people.
No.
Yeah, but if all of us are contributing like 6 new designs, 5 new designs, that's already like
Yeah,
20.
I mean,
What?
normally when we have a
30
flash
designs.
event, we all
More
do like five pieces.
Yeah, so that's way more than that.
What,
That's
there's,
half
like,
of
9
30 a
artists?
fucking event.
Yeah.
So just off the new designs, if everyone's doing 5, that's gonna be like 45 designs right there.
Yeah, we usually end up having between 30 and 40 every year when I count them. So,
Yeah.
designs. But we have way more artists this year
Yeah.
contributing. So,
And it's line work, black and gray, or color.
limited color.
Limited color.
And we're
So
varying the prices a little bit more this time because some of the designs are actually larger in scale. So instead of our typical $60 or $80, we're doing $80 to $100 depending on the design you pick, which includes the line work, black and gray, and color. But that'd be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah. It's going to be a
Always
good
a
time,
good
as
time.
always.
There's always such a huge line outside
I
at the start of
know.
the day. It's like my favorite part of Friday the 13th for some reason is walking out and seeing how many people are
Mhm.
excited
Are
to
lined
get
up.
tattooed.
There
Mhm.
will be a giveaway for the first 15 people.
There will be a giveaway for the first 15 people.
We usually do a little giveaway for the first
Show up
handful of
early.
people.
That's why I'm excited, because it's going to be like mid-June, so hopefully it'll be nice out.
Right.
Not
Yeah, you guys won't be
freezing.
standing in the cold this time,
Yeah.
luckily.
Oh my
hopefully
God.
hopefully it doesn't rain.
Yeah.
Um
I don't know
But we
why
have an
I
awning.
always get volunteered to be the like public speaker.
because you're so good at it.
Yeah.
I just
You just have such
Find out
a
last minute.
nice tone of voice that calms people.
I used to be an instructor, so that's probably why.
Yeah.
And I used to
You
do
can project.
competitive public speaking in high school.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What is competitive public speaking?
It's like theater, but like more individual to the person. So like you like are performing different things. Like there's okay, thanks.
It's not
Nerd.
debate, right?
No, it's not debate, but it's kind of similar. So like there's different events. There's like more theatrical events. There's more like informational events, and you go and you perform in a room with a bunch of other people that are performing in that same event. You get ranked. After you get so many good ranks, you go on to like these finals where you win awards and stuff.
Competitive.
I got
speak to me right
scholarships
now.
off of it. I got like
I need you to competitively
I had a
speak to
panic
me.
attack
Well, I
in
did
speech class once.
it was called speech, the speech team, and I did more like drama or like humorous acting, which was all scripted. So it was
Gotcha.
never.
I thought that was funny. Humorous. Yeah, joke.
I don't even know what
I don't
you
even know what
We
you
all
Other
just
than
got
I
derailed by a really
am
bad
so
dad joke.
sticky that the stuck to my arm. It fell off.
But I think that's why I get volunteered, because I just naturally am okay speaking to strangers.
Yo, someone should get this bag of shit on Friday the 13th, and we can be matching.
I'm so excited to do the designs I drew up. They're so ridiculous.
I know, I love your
They're highly
designs.
inappropriate, but so appropriate.
Yeah.
I can't talk about
I hope we
them.
could feature those designs in a different flash event in the
Oh,
future,
yes, I'll
so
bring
that
them
I can
back.
do
I'll
them.
bring them back.
I want to get one.
I want to get one as well. Let's get matching ones.
I'll
Are
tattoo
you thinking
both
the one
on
that
you.
I'm thinking?
I'm definitely thinking the one you're thinking. That'll be our matching tat at the convention. We'll just get tattooed by Frank instead.
Yeah. Can
Every
we enter it in the show at the Cincy
Sure.
convention?
every convention, Cheyenne and I, or at least once a year. Sometimes we do multiple conventions a year, but at least one convention a year we get a matching tattoo since I've started working here. So I missed the Chicago convention this year, so we're doing it at the Cincy one.
I will tattoo it on you if one of you enters it in the tattoo convention, one of the shows.
Well, I'm already tattooing both of them.
Too many tattoos to choose from.
Mine
Hey,
won't
at least
take
I
long.
don't have
You're
to
such-
walk around and
We're
figure
just
out who I'm
such
getting it.
desirable
Machine tattoo,
canvases.
Mine won't take long either.
You guys can do it at the same time.
Yeah.
Just get it over with.
You guys can just
Fuck 'em up.
work on one and then.
Oh yeah, we'll
switch
tattoo at the same
seats
time.
Yeah,
For the
Let's
other.
do it.
sounds dope.
We should.
Yeah,
We'll
that'll
put
be cool. We could have my machines set up for Cheyenne, your machines set up
Machines.
for
What
Hayden,
is that?
and then
The Hebrew hammer returns. But what is the image underneath it?
So it's a zombie hand busting out of the dirt that says "Let's go."
Period.
Oh.
Let's go.
It looked like a bottle exploding from here.
well, yeah, anywho,
Yeah. That'd be
and then
doable.
that way you could try my fucking tack ads and I could fuck around on yours,
Yeah.
and they could.
So we're just
Yeah, 'cause,
Suffer.
after seeing that
Yeah.
bubblegum one, you want to see how a flux runs,
Let's
huh?
know.
No, I am a firm believer, and I will talk about this right now. That's why I kind of wanted this podcast to be open. I'm going to kind of veer off of this.
Skirt.
Good segue.
Right off the road.
Crash into a bridge.
Done.
I didn't crash
Done.
into a bridge.
Game over.
There was something that I tripped on, and I got around it. But
You tripped in a vehicle?
Yep, I
Nice.
tripped in a vehicle. It's called a dead body.
His foot just slipped up.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
Exactly.
It happens to the
Yeah.
best of us.
Point in case. But anyways, here we go back to it. We were talking about pens the other day, and all of those pens run on the same Maxon motor, and whether it's a $60 machine, $1,000 Bishop, $1,000,
The
whatever, FK Irons, like when you take the casing off, they all have the same Chinese Maxon motor.
Yeah, they all run about the same.
And it's just how they advertise it and put their name on it and make it seem like, oh, hey, you gotta
I
have
will-
this one, but
I will say that, like, the shapes of some of them are better designed than others.
oh,
Like
100%.
I like the Flux just because of how it sits in your hand, the Flux Max. But I mean, it ran exactly the same as the electric one, Electrum one I sold you.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I totally get that. But I don't know. I feel like everybody's a
But
little
I'm
bit
definitely paying $600 for an ergonomic grip, though.
everybody's a little bit different though, because like that doesn't matter to me because I put so much Coban tape around mine
Yeah, I paper
That-
towel that shit.
that the shape doesn't matter.
See, I just do just enough to hold the
honestly,
plastic.
When it comes to the pens, like I just sent you that because I thought that pen looked fucking dope. It like was
It was like
matte.
bright pink.
Yeah, and it was matte. It wasn't even like a
Oh, the gloss.
glossy.
Yeah.
So I thought that was dope, but it was like it was totally a mean machine. But yeah, there's no way I would pay that money for that type of machine because
How much was it?
I think they run about 13
Yeah.
or 14.
Huh.
Yeah. But that comes with I think the 1314 comes with 2 battery packs.
I'm
so it's
telling
like
y'all,
I mean, a lot of those
this
machines
is
come with body.
this is my low key
bodies.
plug to Dan Cuban. Y'all
Yo,
need
did
to
you guys
try
see the
those fucking
pen?
tips.
Did you see the pen he's bringing back? He
Yes.
had that prototype. That'd be cool if he gets that up and running. I would definitely buy and try that.
Twisting.
Yeah, it'll hit like
Literally.
a fucking bulldog. I bet.
I wonder how he's
It'll
got to
hit
be
harder
building
than a
special
bishop.
carts for it. I wonder if he built.
Oh,
His
he'd
is a
have to
cart
have.
brand.
You'd have to have because when he built Dan Cuban like the Sidewinders, a certain one for carts that doesn't hit as hard, so you're not blowing the membranes out
Mhm,
of the cartridges. So he'll probably have to use
some similar.
something
concept.
similar to that because you put a fucking with the Dan Cuban Swift tips.
They do look nice.
Oh my goodness. I tattooed with it yesterday. I'll walk in and man, it was a lot of fun and I'm really excited. I don't know. They both machines have plus and minuses. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
like I love my Bishop for fine lining, you know what I mean? Because there's not a huge needle bar for a lot of room to wiggle, you know.
Right.
You're only dealing with so much, so you get much cleaner lines. I feel
Mhm.
with a cartridge than. Like
Yeah,
I would,
at
I
the
would
end
never
of the day,
try
all,
running
all,
a
all
3
tattoo
on a
machines are
Dan Cuban.
tools. You use
Yeah.
tools for what they're best suited for.
100%. But at the end of the day, too, I'm just saying. You know, I feel like a good tattooer can tattoo. You give me a.
Yeah, you can give a good tattooer a bad machine and they'll make a good tattoo. You can give a bad tattooer a great machine and they'll still make a bad tattoo.
Yep. Yeah, it's all about the artist, not the tool. Like the tools definitely help. The pens, yeah, they make it way easier to and more efficient for tattooing. But man, a line put in with a Dan Cuban just
that line's not going anywhere.
yeah, but it just looks good. It's clean right off the bat, and I love it. I don't know. There's just something about it that it like relit my life yesterday using Dan Cuban.
He literally yells. He's like, "I'm back." I'm like at the computer. I was like,
Where'd you
Okay.
go, buddy?
Yeah, no,
His
it's
client was just like,
yeah, he
You're
actually
like,
really
were you
liked
not
it.
back before this?
he's like, "Okay, I'm glad you're back now. While I'm tattooing you."
But no,
Getting
him and I actually had a long talk about like tattoo machines and whatnot because he does welding, so he was curious on like why I was so excited over the Dan Cuban, the brass, because it counterweight like the balance, it balances out the machine
Oh, does it?
that like a fucking plastic tip or like
Yeah, I was gonna
like a
say, like that's like one of the
disposable
downsides.
doesn't-
His machines are really heavy, so you feel a lot of it off the back.
yeah,
end.
no, now
requires
with
a lot
this
more wrist
dude,
strength.
oh my goodness, like
I haven't got the chance to try mine yet.
yeah,
but I
you
to.
need to. It's
You
dirty.
might have to buy a metal too.
I'm starting to sleeve on Tuesday, so.
Try mine.
Period.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can try mine, but
I
try.
need a tattoo that I
I
can
would-
do that on.
I
I'm doing
would
so
s-
much realism stuff. And
I
I don't
would
like
suggest-
using Dan Cuban.
I
in
would
realism.
suggest try it before Cincy
Yeah.
because they'll have them at Cincy. You get them cheaper because they'll get convention prices, and you don't have to pay shipping.
That's true.
True.
Yeah, I gotta get some more inks.
Yeah, I need to get inks and another
need to
machine.
make a
I'm
list
worried
and
though
not forget
because
it.
Cincy is smaller, kind of like I'm assuming it's
might
gonna
not
be
have as
like
much.
Cleveland.
Oh, I gotta get
It's
it.
not gonna have as much.
We'll see.
But I hope Nuclear is there because I'm really loving this Dermaglow
Yeah.
powder. It's a
Oh.
it's a powder
I
based
started
pigment.
using
but
that
Yeah, I
raw
wanna
ink,
get a few
and
from
the
them.
raw ink has been pretty good too. But I don't know. I'm like debating because I like the raw ink, but I also like solid. I'm trying to decide which one to go
Hey,
with.
I've invested
Just-
a lot of money
just
into
like
solid, so I'm rocking
look
with
it,
that for a while.
I will tell you the same way I tell my buddies that I play
love it.
disc golf with. I've got some buddies that will throw just straight Innova, straight one brand. Like, you're not fucking sponsored. Use what works for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, it doesn't matter, you know, and you'll end up well in the long run because you know it works.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you
Yeah,
don't,
Aqua Solid.
because any real artist would know, like, hey, this company has these great colors. You know, anybody that's been in the
Right.
game for a minute, you'll
There's certain
you'll
colors
notice
that, are better in
they'll
one
have a
brand or
mixed
another.
they'll have
Yeah.
a mixed brand palette. You know, even sponsored artists,
Yeah.
you know, that I've seen tattoo at conventions and whatnot, you know, they're using other other brands because some brands, you know, just
That's it.
don't.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
go on the skin better.
they didn't
yeah.
put the heart into that color as much as they did as another color. You know what I'm saying? Like I love Eternal. My only problem with Eternal was that they came out with all these artist series, right?
Their palettes
That you would
overwhelming.
fucking fall in love with, but then it disappears.
Yeah.
It's gone, you know, 3 months later and you can't get it again.
Yeah.
And then you have to find another color that you might like. Like, that turned me off, you know? But if they would keep it, that's super cool because I feel like artists mix their own inks because they know what's going to give them that, you know, because, like, yeah, you could buy the whole 50 color set from Solid like I did, or the 25 color set
Yeah.
from Solid like I did, and you know, some of those colors are opaque colors and some of them are just meant to be like shadow colors, you know, that
They're concentrates or something.
yeah, so you know they're not gonna they don't look as dark as they do in the bottle, and they're very thin,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, no, I think that's a very interesting thing that I've noticed too about tattooings is to use different, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shit. How many times have we swapped needles in
Not
the
mid
shop?
tattoo. Not mid tattoo.
No,
Needle
no,
brand.
Needle brands.
Yeah.
Like through your guys' time of even tattooing
Yeah,
here,
we've tried out a few different
because-
brands. Yeah.
we keep finding better brands.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But how do we find out about it? Because we do these conventions and they walk around and they give us samples of them, and shit, that's really cool, you know. So that's why I also love bringing it right back around to conventions. Like that's why it's cool to do.
That's a great way to
conventions.
try different things out.
Yeah.
100%.
Nah,
I'm good.
I'll take one.
she's done with her Modelo.
Well, so what do we got after the flash sale? Any other fun things?
Oh yes, I actually just booked for Bluebird Tattoo Saturday, September 6th. Put it in your books, everybody. We are teaming up with the Red Cross, and we are doing a mobile blood bank in the parking lot
That is
of
so
Bluebird Tattoo. The reason we are doing this is because there's been a stigma for so many years that you couldn't get a tattoo and donate blood for at least a year after because of transmittable diseases and stuff like that. But now the technology, they can test the blood right there, and they know how many good units they get. So I believe it's 32 spots that we have available. We're gonna make a post about this next week when we get back from Cincy. But yeah, it's gonna be really cool because if you donate blood, we are going to give away a substantial amount in a gift certificate to one of the 32 people that donate blood. So make sure you get in line and sign up quick online and donate blood. And then we're also that day going to be doing a flash event that will coincide blood, like blood drive stuff. So it'll be cool. Maybe some vampire type shit. I don't know, something cool.
I've come to Dr. Blood.
But yeah, I don't know. We're just trying to do
Dressing up
more
as a
stuff, getting
vampire.
back into the community. What other things do we have coming up other than that?
I think that's it for right now.
Okay,
You guys
so
have another Friday the 13th coming up?
No, I think
there's
that's
only
the
one
last
this
one for
year.
the
Yeah.
year.
There's only one? Oh.
That's
just
this one is
one,
such a big deal
June
and you have to
13th.
come.
Yeah, so don't miss out. But that's why we're doing the blood drive. I'm also trying to work together something with the. Oh my goodness.
Can't help you. I can't. I'm
The
not a
cat
mind reader.
shelter in
Oh, yeah.
Hobart.
Oh, okay.
Feline network.
Yeah, the Feline Community Network. Thank
I know we
you, Mika Rowe.
briefly mentioned maybe doing a flash event coinciding with the show that's going to be over there.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Rocks Festival.
Yeah, but there's a lot of hoops to jump through. Like,
I mean,
we
could
have to
just-
get permit. Like, even if we want to do a flash event that coincides with that, allegedly we have to get permission from the bands to do.
designs that
Yeah, like
are
if we have,
associated with them.
unless they're like we cannot use any of their logos
For
or
sure.
anything.
But if we created our own designs, I mean,
Yeah, kind of like how like those Alkaline Trio,
Right.
like we
You
could
just
do
can't
stuff
have,
like
you just Can't
that.
have the
Yeah, you
band name
can't-
on the sheet.
copyright
Exactly.
our own art.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, no,
You can have inspired band art.
right.
right. But yeah, I think that'd be really cool to
Project
do
is a thing.
something cool like that.
I've already kind of mentioned it to a few clients who
When
have
is
talked
that?
about going over there, and they were like, "Hell yeah, I'll come get you if you do that."
Is it June?
Yeah,
So,
Okay.
June like.
so later,
Is it?
I think it's like
Like the last week
the
of
How
June.
is
last
it?
week of June.
Oh, I thought it was like June 6th.
I was gonna say, damn, we're doing like week to week to
What?
week. The next 3 weeks loaded.
What?
What?
Which,
No.
which event are you talking
We're
about?
talking
Rocks
about the
Fest, Portage.
Rocks Fest in Portage.
Oh, okay.
Rocks with ROXX, 2 X's. Because extra cool.
Hey,
Extra cool.
don't add an extra X though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You'll end up somewhere you don't want to.
Yeah, then it's adult themed bands.
Yeah.
was like,
Rocks.
I was thinking Triple X, the Vin Diesel movie.
Oh no.
Family.
Yes, there'll be lots
Forever.
of bald headed
That's
people
the
there.
wrong Vin Diesel movie.
Yeah, that's
No,
Fast and
anything Vin
Furious.
Diesel means family.
My client, who was it? No, someone. It was one of my clients was saying that. Oh, it was the dude I was tattooing the cowboy tattoo on yesterday. He showed me a picture of his dad. He's like, I called my dad Dwayne the Rock Johnson when I was younger, and I just really wasn't getting what he meant until he showed me a picture. I kid you not, his dad looked like a mix between Dwayne Johnson and Vin Diesel. It was hilarious. I was like, how do you look the way you look, and that was your dad, because you look nothing like him.
Rocks Fest is June 20th and 21st.
So that's the week after the Flash event.
That's the next weekend.
Yeah.
That's the
Back to back
Friday and
Flash
Saturday.
events.
Yeah.
dang. That's gonna be hard.
Should we do other Flash events?
Is
this
it
year?
hard
see it on TV
or
coming up.
are we just hustlers? I
No,
think
it's
we
gonna
should
be because I'm pretty
hustlers.
sure I'm already
it's
booked.
not-
No,
It's
it's
not.
hard
Yeah,
like
my June's
It's
pretty
hard
hard
because I'm
busy.
shark
pretty sure I
fish. What's
already
that
have
song?
appointments.
Hard,
Oh,
My
hard
weekend
style
availability
fish.
is
Hard style fish?
mid-July.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
not,
that's
I
that
have no
kinda
availability until 2027.
I am
I'm just kidding.
a hard
We're
style
manifesting
fish.
that.
I'm a hard style fish.
But
Just
anyway,
over
what I was saying
20.
is hard because I think I'm already booked that weekend.
I don't know if I have appointments.
I
I
am
might.
too.
You just booked one of your clients out until like July because you had no weekend
Oh,
availability.
you might be right then.
Yeah, unless
This
you
is
just.
I
Book
play
your
it
weekend
day by
appointments out.
day.
Yeah.
I don't look at my things. I look.
I'm
Well, I look at my
booking in
things when
July
I book,
for
but
my
I look 3
weekends right
days
now.
out, because I like. I don't know if I try to just draw something now, that's for June. I'm gonna forget the tattoo, and then I'm gonna want to change it like 60 times.
Oh, I
So
never do
draw,
that. I wait
draw
until the
my
week of.
appointments like a week of,
Mhm.
and I don't look at my appointments till the week of. So then that way I can just take it all in and have that creative process right then and there.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
I don't draw things in order, I'll forget to do drawings.
Yeah.
What about you, Cheyenne?
What's your creative process like?
Chaotic.
Chaotic. That sounds accurate.
I mean, hey,
At least it's
Some
gotten
people-
done.
Me and
Some
Haley just
people-
drew up a fucking big
Co-
ass
big ass
collab
collabs.
in what, like
An hour. Yeah, we were
some
sitting in our
people
car.
strive
And
on
I just was
chaos.
scribble-
Well, that's what I'm
sketching.
saying though. Like Cheyenne will just pop out like 4 flash sheets in one day, from chaos.
And then I
Yeah.
don't do anything for
Uh,
like.
yeah, that's what I'm
2
saying.
months.
Like
My
shit.
clients are like, "How's that Nintendo Flash going?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm like doing something else right now."
But let's be honest though, when they drop, they go hard.
Yeah, they do.
They go hard as fuck. And talking about someone else's flash that goes hard as fuck, dude, that shit that Jade posted today
That was cool.
is so fucking dope. I don't know if you guys got to see it,
The one on
either
his
of you.
drawing process of the piece he did
Yeah,
yesterday?
So he did a tattoo of a potion bottle, and then on the next post he did the drawing process of it.
So
and
it shows
dude-
you step by step, like from the shapes all the way through the different stages of the drawing process.
To where almost as if you could probably, if you
Learn how to
followed
draw
it,
it.
You
you
could
could
totally draw
draw
it.
that what he drew.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking
It
cool.
was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
It's-
it's,
it's
such a
really cool.
wonderful concept because it just allows people who feel like, I get told all the time, like, oh, I can't draw, like, I don't have that.
It's like we
ability," and
literally
it's like-
started with a bunch of scratchy lines. Like
Yeah.
you could do it too.
Yeah, I mean, I think drawing, just
whoa,
like
whoa.
anything, it's a skill. It's
Don't
not a
say
talent.
that.
We're
Not
talking.
everybody
She's talking
could
about
just
the way
do
that
it.
I was
Like
sketching it on the
sketchbook.
But
iPad.
like
I-
before your actual tattoo, like before the finished product, everything is sketchy lines.
Oh,
It's
Right.
loose, just because you're just trying to get that concept and that idea, And I'm drawing concepts for people, and I'm talking to them up front, and they're giving me their ideas. They're just like loose circles half the time. I'm like, all right, we're gonna throw this flower in this circle, and you just kind of build on it from there.
Yeah, I'll literally be on a sticky note just like scribbling, and I'll do like you said, I'll do like circles and be like, these are the flowers. They're just circles.
Little arrows, leaf.
There you go.
I had to map out that sleeve for the reworks that I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
for that big mandala piece, and it like overlapped all the way down here by the wrist, so I just had to use a highlighter and do a bunch of chicken scratch, and I was just arrows everywhere, and then lines going this way, lines going that way.
I
It's a
love hand
mess.
drawing tattoos straight on the skin, like
It is fun.
especially like floral or like free-form floral that like wraps and stuff. I don't know why, it's just so much fun.
I like
love
drawing
it.
organic stuff on the skin, like
Mhm.
Casey's neck.
Oh,
There's
it's
just
really nice.
random lines
Yeah.
that just were cool shapes.
Yeah, and
because it's gonna fit the body better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
a
you can never
stencil,
perfectly draw it on your
And
iPad.
then even if you try your hardest to get that to match up, you never get it to the right size to where it lays on the arm fucking right. And then when you do, it's so impossible to get it on in one shot because it's so big or it wraps so weird.
it's the
So you're like,
stenciling
Yeah,
process
large-
is honestly more
large
intense than
pieces.
the drawing process sometimes.
Anything organic, like, I don't see why not just drawing it straight on the skin. If there's nothing that needs to be perfectly symmetrical, you know?
Or if you're not working from like a specific photo or something.
Right, if you're just working from your head. I did a whole arm wrap of vine work with fine line floral, and it was completely drawn on. I didn't stencil a single thing. It was a lot of
Look
fun.
at you, so cool.
I
had
wish
a
there
lot of
I
fun
wish
with
there
it.
was
I
a
bet you did.
stencil company that like I know that there's that nuclear shit that you can
That scares
you can
me.
put
I don't know
on,
if I
you
wanna
can
use that.
replace, you can put on.
No.
But like I wish a real stencil company would put one that you could like very easily remove.
So you can draw on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that or
That would
That'd
be
be
cool.
cool.
or
yeah.
so you can alter it just a little bit but then but it takes a lot long. You know,
Yeah.
I'd rather it take longer to dry, knowing that I've got a stencil exactly where I need it,
Yeah.
rather than having to fuck with placing a stencil 100 times.
Yeah.
Because by the time I'm done doing that stencil the 5th or 6th time, I feel so defeated that I'm just like, ugh. I'm flustered, and I just got to step away, and then I say, I gotta go grab my needles. I'll be back. Or I gotta remake a
Stencil,
stencil,
again the third
you know?
time.
yeah, because sometimes it gets frustrating, you know,
Right.
because stencils suck. Like
Especially
I
if you're
think
doing
that's one
large
of
stencils.
I think
like
that's the
back
hardest
stencils.
part.
How?
You're placing a big back piece. It's so
What do you
frustrating.
guys think the longest you spent on a stencil would be?
I've
Like,
had to
how
tell
many?
people to go home and come back another day because I ran out of time.
I
I
from
think
stenciling.
it was
stenciling.
2 hours, and I was trying to re-stencil
Yeah, I think
Sam's
mine
back
was 2 hours.
because we
I
did the top
definitely
half of
spent,
it,
like,
and so I had to have the
3
bottom half match.
hours stenciling that neck tattoo I did before Hawaii.
Wait,
Yeah.
the one on Sam?
No, on Zach.
Oh.
It was like a little later in the evening. I think he didn't come in until 4, which is why I didn't leave here until fucking midnight because I spent 3 hours because he got like a lotus flower and then it
That's
was all
right.
mandala
Yeah,
work on
yeah,
the
yeah.
side.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sounds
mandala work on
After
the
like
side
the
of the
third
neck.
re-stencil, I just start losing it completely. I'm like, nothing is straight, everything is wobbly, I can't even see anymore, and I think I just started spiraling, and I'm like, overdid it way too much.
It hurts.
I had someone getting like a leg wrap piece that like went up the entire extent of the like ankle to knee, and no matter what I did, I could not stencil it right, and we ended up rescheduling her for another day
Well,
so I could redesign it.
weird
But you
too,
know
'cause
what? Sometimes it's better to reschedule someone than to go into the tattoo flustered because you're not going to do a good tattoo.
Right.
Yeah, they'll
knowing
be-
that you're not 100% happy with
Mhm.
what like the stencil is laying out looking like.
Totally.
I'd rather have a client be pissed at me
We
I
moved your
res-
appointment.
than me putting something fucking crooked on them.
Well, sometimes
or-
too, it's like if it gets to that point, you're like, all right, we might actually have to just adjust the tattoo so that the stencil. can
That's what I
properly
said. I
fit.
said I'm gonna have to redesign this to work different. And so
But
She was
sometimes
cool.
too,
Happens.
what I do is like I'll work off of like one section where I'll stencil that, and then I'll make second stencils of like those other larger connecting pieces, and I'll like draw out extra parts of it that I don't need. So then that way I can throw the second and third stencil on later after the fact because it's easier to stencil that way rather than trying to lay the whole thing out in one go.
For sure. Now to break away from that, I want to talk about something else. Well, I want to have Cheyenne talk about something else. Sorry to throw her under the spotlight like this, but she busted her ass today putting together this beautiful spreadsheet that we posted on Instagram today. So if you want to speak a little bit about the new pricing, there's just some new stuff being the economy sucks right now, and we want to work with our clients and make tattoos more affordable. So yeah, Cheyenne, if you want to kind of
I mean,
go on about what you wrote out today.
for sure. We all have different prices here. Usually, everyone charges a different hourly rate, varying between $150 to $200. So we just kind of all made the decision as a shop to all charge the same $150 hourly rate for any large scale or super detailed pieces. So just all around the board, you know, when you're coming in, when you're getting quotes and estimates, and when you're booking your appointments, you have a better idea of how much money you're going to have to spend no matter who
We're
you're
hoping
getting
to keep it
tattooed
more
by.
consistent that way.
Yeah, that way we're all on the same page. Nobody ever feels like they're getting screwed over in any way, you know.
And it keeps it fair for the client and for us as artists, you know. Like I'm excited about it because I think it'll allow more people to come into the shop, you know, cuz it with the way we're gonna be doing the pricing, you're gonna get what you pay for. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're at $150. We all discussed, like, that is a great rate for fucking awesome work. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like, without having to fucking rate people's pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like, we feel like this is a very fair rate for us as artists and people as the clients. You know what I'm saying? And I'm one of the artists. I mean, I'm a veteran artist. I was $200 an hour, but I am completely content with going down to $150 an hour, just because of the way life is going outside of the tattoo world. We get it. It's hard for people to come get tattooed, but we want you to know that we love you. We're here for you. We do this because of you guys. You know what I'm saying? So we want to, that's why we decided to kind of do this.
And the cool thing is too is like, if you have a budget that you're working with and you're like, well, I only have $400, if you have a design that estimate wise would be around 800, we can always break that up into sessions and make it so that it works with a budget too. And with the hourly rate, it makes it super easy to do that. We can start with just the line work first, or just one portion of the tattoo, and get through what works within your budget, and then when you're ready for more, we can, schedule that
Pick back
second
up.
session.
Or you could even design to meet that client's
Yeah.
budget,
Yeah.
because you know what you can tattoo. Say they got a $400 budget. Okay, oh shit. They got a $350 budget, or shit. I don't know. I'm terrible with
You can
math.
do 4. Just do 4
Yeah.
and make it easier for
Wait,
your head.
150 and 150 is 300. So
Correct.
300. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
2 hours of work. Yeah.
yeah, 2 hours of work, is gonna be $300. If you can get 2 hours, you know what you can do.
Yeah.
So
And for some artists, like I feel like Jordan and I tattoo pretty quick. Like we can get a little bit more done in that time. So you're,
Well, and it depends
depending
on
on
style,
the style.
too.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
if you're doing
Because-
a simpler style, like if you're just getting like black and gray illustrative line work, like that's gonna go by really fast.
Mhm.
right.
You're getting like Cheyenne's glitter work, like
Right.
that's gonna take more time. That's a lot more effort of like detail put into just that one specific piece.
Yeah.
So it balances out in that regard as well. So yeah, some styles may end up costing more. Like I know my realism pieces take a lot more time to do, but it's because I'm layering all those different colors in and all the different details in. But yeah,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, with the glitter, I'm doing something this big, but it's gonna take me 3 times as long as it would if I just colored it normal.
Right.
Mhm.
Shit,
And
I'd say,
so
long-
that'll
I'd say
leave you
longer
options,
than 3
too.
times, dude.
It depends.
It hurts me watching you do all those dots sometimes, dog.
It looks
It's-
so
it-
good though.
It does. It's tedious,
I have
but
patience.
the fucking work is worth the wait.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen them come back healed nowadays, and they are looking. She's
look
figured it
crisp.
out, and it's dirty
Yeah.
in the best kind of way of dirty could be.
Like those tattoos
Right,
look
right,
like they're a
right.
week
Right.
old and they're like 2 years old.
You okay?
Don't worry about it. You fucking do you. Don't worry about what I'm fucking doing.
Look at you. You're so
Keep
handsome,
your eyes on your
though.
own paper.
I can't.
Don't worry about the fucking
All right. So,
I
what animals we seen at the zoo?
All of them. The
I
hippos.
want to see a kangaroo
The kangaroos. We can actually walk through like
and
with
an
the
elephant.
kangaroos.
Do they keep
We
elephants?
decided-
They
in
have
Yes.
a bunch of
anymore?
birds, big ass birds.
the Cincinnati Zoo
Does have elephants?
has the world's largest
Period.
elephant.
Elephants are my favorite
So
animal.
I think it used
You
to
can
be
feed the giraffes, I think.
I might be wrong, but I was reading on their website something that like used to be a parking lot that is now just
An enclosure.
the fucking elephant
enclosure.
sanctuary.
I love it.
That's
That
cool.
I think they had upwards of 8 adults and 4
So excited.
babies. But yeah, it's like 21.
Not a lot of
point
zoos have
something
elephants
acres.
anymore.
Yeah, I
Um,
know, and
it's
they're
against,
they're
like-
African elephants. I love elephants, so
Me too.
yeah, I'm excited.
They're
to
my
go.
Yeah,
favorite.
I'm excited we're going.
Things
I
have
had so much
changed.
freaking fun when I went there last
I,
time.
I'm excited to see the hip hop
So many things have changed in like the last 2 decades. Like I remember when I was like 8 years old, 7 years old, and there was a Renaissance fair I would go to, and you could literally ride elephants. Like I
Yeah.
remember
What?
riding. I
Dude, when
remember
I was younger,
riding
my
an
grandpa used to
elephant.
take me to the circus, and you could ride
Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. I want to hear the story of you riding an elephant.
Yeah, there's a Renaissance fair in Bristol that I go to every single year without fail. And when I was younger, I've been going literally since I was born, every single year.
It's become like standards.
Well, and there's like animal rights issues
No,
and stuff
no
like
more
that.
Joe Exotics
But-
running around.
Well, no, because
So-
like when there was one time that I went to the Renaissance Fair, and like this was maybe circa 2006, 2007, and for $150, you could put on a full night suit and fucking try jousting.
Yeah.
Which was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I did it. That shit hurt.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, they don't offer that anymore. Why? Because insurance and liability.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like they can't do shit like that
So
anymore.
when I was probably like 7 or 8, they had one of the rides and attractions was you could ride an elephant. It was insane. That's when I
That's
learned that
wild. That's
elephants are
cool.
prickly. And then
They're prickly,
Yeah,
Mhm.
they are. They're prickly.
I'm very dry skinned.
like
Mhm.
like a kiwi
They-
prickly.
Like
It's like a blunt porcupine.
Next time I shave my arm,
they
I'll
have
let you-
really thick
I'll let you
hairs.
feel
With
it.
elephant skin.
Yeah.
They have really thick hairs and because they're so large, so it feels like sharp when you touch
Yeah,
it.
it's like coarse
We-
old man eyebrow.
But so then
hairs.
they
I've
ended
got
up
some of
yeah,
them.
they ended
that-
up switching it out and then you could do camel rides.
Oh.
After they
Oh, that's so much better.
No,
after
fucking
they
camels are
got-
so much harder to ride.
and then they got rid of the camels. Now you can do pony riding, but that's it.
Next step, we gotta stop pony rides.
They probably
Yeah.
will.
You must
actually.
Then you're just
ride.
gonna ride dogs.
It's
It's
kind of
like
sad
everyone
actually
else.
watching them all just walk in a circle for like hours all day. I'm like, yeah, that's actually
Right.
sad.
Yeah.
Right, right. A
So
bunch
that-
of screaming children on their backs. Like, I would not want to be a pony at the Renaissance Fair, that's for sure. I loved the elephant ride, though. That's when I became obsessed with elephants, is after that. That was really cool. Elephants and
Elephants are
llamas.
wild.
I want to swim
Huh?
with the shark.
Elephants are wild.
They're beautiful. They're so smart. They're one of the only species that, they, like, pray to the moon.
What?
Yeah, they host, like, religious acts amongst themselves, during,
I
like,
wanna see
certain moon
this
cycles.
I'm
elephant
gonna call
ceremony.
bullshit on this.
They
one.
do it.
I want to see this,
It's true.
elephant ceremony.
It's insane. They all like at a certain moon phase, they'll all like get together and raise their trunks up at the moon. It's crazy. They're super
Alright.
smart. Anyway, I'm super excited for Cincy.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Mhm.
I've got no appointments. I'm gonna do the walk up.
Yeah, me too.
Walk up
Yeah,
plus.
same.
I'm gonna do the
Walk up
hustle
closer.
hustle up.
Talk to as many people as I can.
Are we gonna get that board in time? Perhaps.
I don't know.
Perhaps.
I don't think so.
I wish.
I don't know. My fucking.
Isn't he gonna?
cooler-
Is he gonna be there?
I don't know. I don't.
Should be like
'cause he's doing.
pick it up there.
He said it'll be done before he leaves for
Is he going to camp?
Indy,
Oh,
which Indy is June 5th and 6th, I believe.
Dang, that's the following weekend.
Yeah.
We'll get
yeah.
it done the day we leave.
Indy would have been fun to do.
For you.
Indy, yeah, I don't know, dude. It for $900
It was very
for a
expensive.
third year tattoo convention that's in the middle of bumfuck Iowa. There wasn't
Iowa.
What?
It was not in Iowa.
It,
though.
Iowa.
it was
It was nowhere.
but
it was literally
yeah,
nowhere.
exact. That's
No
what I'm
one would
saying.
know about it.
I
No
think
one
the
would.
It's-
term is
it's a figure-
BFE.
It's a figure of speech.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely was not
Yeah,
in
it's not Iowa.
Indianapolis at all.
Yeah, it was
yeah,
definitely
it was
not.
Dansville, I think.
Yeah, and
Which
it
was
was
like half an hour or 45 minutes away from Indy.
It was at yeah. There was It was
But
at
I
a
think
fairgrounds, but it
I
didn't
think
have
it started in Indy and then they moved it out.
right. But there's no foot traffic.
No.
Yeah.
Not like Chicago, like doing it in Chicago where people are just
Well,
walking
and
around
like I
bored.
get the campground thing because some campground festivals are huge, but the campground festival isn't built up enough yet.
I don't even know
Campground
what you're
festival.
talking
They do
about.
so for
Like
the
the
for the
type
tattoo
of-
festival you can camp there, and like sometimes like I don't know, I know there's a campground in Kentland that like does a festival every year. But you go to some of the campgrounds and they have huge festivals and there's tons of people there. Like if it was like that to where while the tattoo festival was happening they had a huge campground full of people, I think it would be more worth it
Right.
for the price that they charge for their booth.
Yeah, $900 is just
Because
steep.
that's like an extra
That's crazy.
150 compared to what Villain charges.
No,
then you
Villain
also
is
pay
$725.
You
Yeah.
also pay to stay down there and get down there.
Well,
And
and, then they
the-
also
and
added
the
on extra health fees
opportunity
this
to
time
make
too,
money
didn't
is
they?
a lot less there
Yeah,
too.
and the added health fees this year were a little bit higher too, which made it unaffordable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You definitely, it's really hard to make your at least break even for the indie one.
yeah.
I'm assuming.
But the
I don't know.
economy is also in a weird place for tattoo conventions. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was worried about Chicago, but fucking Chicago went off like no other.
Chicago,
This was, like, my favorite year
Chicago's
yet.
always such a fun event.
Yeah, this was
It's
the
always
best year
such a
for
good time.
Chicago, though. I had a blast.
You always get to meet so many cool people.
I had a lot
I
of
did
fun
a
in
lot of glitter
Cleveland
tats.
too last year. I
Yeah.
met a girl who's like now with like one of the girls I tattooed. She's like popping off as like a pretty popular musician now,
Oh,
so that's kind of cool. I like follow her
yeah.
socials.
so to give you a shout out.
She was like, when I met her and tattooed her, she's like, yeah, I'm trying to like quit my full-time job, become a full-time musician. And I was like, well, give me your socials, I'll follow you. And now she's like popping off and actually
Slow down.
That's cool.
getting some traction. So that's kind of
That's
cool.
really cool.
You meet so many people.
It's always
And she's
fun
walking
to see
around with my
people
tattoos
succeed
on
in their
her.
dreams.
Hell yeah.
It's cool.
Shit, we're all living our dreams right now.
Parade.
Puriana.
You never know who you're gonna tattoo that becomes famous.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're gonna
You
get.
never know
Shit,
what's
and you
gonna
never
get.
know. You never know who you're gonna run into, especially at tattoo conventions. Look at, you fucking ran
Look at-
into
Mr.
that
G.
dude in Chicago that you were fucking yadded over. You were like, yeah.
So first
Yeah,
off,
but hold on. I told
Come on.
Cheyenne. I showed her the other day. I was like, look, he uploaded this video 7 days ago. Has 48,000 views. He's not a small guy. Like
Yeah.
it's not just.
Who's
he's
an artist?
so it's,
No,
it's Mr. Gigi on YouTube.
I have no idea what that is.
He made his money by taking the predator, like To Catch a Predator Chronicles on Dateline, and voicing over it. Pretty
Uh-huh.
much just like shitting on all the predators.
Gotcha.
But while at the same time giving like insight, like as much as I joke on these motherfuckers, they are sick individuals. Do not take this lightly. And then
He's from Chicago?
yes.
Oh,
And he transitioned from that into doing like movie reviews and stuff
Gotcha.
like that. But yeah, no, I was pissed when he sent me the picture because
like,
he showed me Mr. Gigi before the pandemic.
Bro, yeah, that's how long I've been following this guy.
Like I was still living in Cedar
That
Lake,
long.
and he showed me this stuff. And
did you go up and say hi to him?
Oh, it's I
He's
let
got a
go of
picture with him.
Cheyenne's hand instantly. I was like, hold on. I was like, no way. I'm like, is this Mr. Gigi right
So
now?
you,
And he
so you
smiled,
just
he's like,
checked
yeah.
off like a bucket list item
Yeah.
then.
I was like,
Oh,
done.
that's cool.
oh yeah, no, I told him I was like, dude, fuck you. Like fate screwed me and
Yeah.
sent
You
you Mr.
always,
Gigi.
I swear to God, people run into like celebrities in the
Dude.
weirdest places. I've run into like a couple celebrities in
Back when I
random
used to wait
places.
tables,
You never
I
know.
I waited
You
on
never
somebody
know.
that I
I've met
watched on
3 in my
YouTube.
entire life.
Let me
I ran
tell
into
you.
Dave Batista, I ran into John Cena, and I ran into The Rock, all in the same place in a fucking hotel in Iowa.
That's hilarious.
We're
Such a
going
great
to
combo.
Iowa.
Going to Iowa.
I ran into 2 supernatural actors at a random museum I was visiting on vacation, and I am
So-
obsessed with supernatural.
Same.
People
Who
run
was
into
it?
in
Who was
Cincy.
it?
It was Kim Rhodes and
Word.
yeah, so Sweet Life of Zach and Cody. And then the girl, I can't even remember the actress's name, but her character's name on the show is Charlie.
Oh my
So-
God,
Oh,
Charlie's
Felicia
the best.
Day.
Yeah, dude, Felicia Day.
Uh huh. Yeah, they were together at this museum that my dad took me to on vacation once.
I've had like a hall crush on Felicia Day since like early days of Xbox.
We were sitting down eating lunch, and I saw Kim Rhodes walk past me, and I was like, I looked at my sister. I was like, I think that was Kim Rhodes. My sister's like, who the fuck is Kim Rhodes? And I was like, the girl from Supernatural, from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. She's like, well, go see. So I literally followed her for probably 30 minutes in this museum, too scared to approach her. Finally,
just, like, stalking her through a
Finally, I
museum.
caught them both where they were like videotaping this thing in this museum, and I so embarrassing to talk about. There was like a cutout, right? She's trying to film the inside of whatever's going on in this cutout in the wall. I'm like going like that. And she's fucking filming, and I was like sticking my head.
You just
This
creep
is-
out the corner.
This is her. She's like. I was like fucking 14, but oh my god. And then I just looked at her. I was like, I'm sorry. I just love you so much. And she was like, looked at me for a second. She was like, oh. And like she was super sweet though. And then that was when Felicia Day, is that her name? She like came up after her, and I was just like, and then Kim Rhodes was like.
I do have to apologize. You said Kim Rhodes, and my ADHD brain heard Kim Coates. So I heard two different people, but I love both of them.
You're nice. And she was super sweet. She was like, you want a picture? And then she was telling me the whole reason that they were there. I don't know where my phone is, but I have the picture. And then she was
That's so
like,
cool.
all of a sudden my sister comes walking down the ramp. My sister's like walking, trying to find me, and she was like, this, because I was right. That's what happens when you're a hardcore
Cheyenne, who
fan
did,
of
who
a
did
show.
you wait on that you said was a
I
celebrity?
don't even remember, honestly. I trauma blocked it out of my brain because I was so embarrassed.
Was this when you were at Matey's?
No, this is when I worked at Fridays.
Oh,
TGI Fridays.
I've heard stories of Fridays.
I
Yeah, it was
remember
a
you
rough time
telling
in
me
my
who
life.
it is. It's someone that grew up around here.
Yeah,
But I don't remember
I
the
cannot
name.
think of it right now.
I'll tell you about one of the ones I missed out on, and I still want to cry to this day.
Uh-oh.
Post
Um,
Malone.
No,
That's
it
what I
was
almost
at the
missed out on,
Milwaukee
so.
Tattoo Convention. I used to always do Milwaukee, and the one year I didn't, fucking Jeff Goldblum.
Damn.
And he's doing this thing. It's with the Disney, or not with Disney. I forget.
I think
what,
it's with National Geographic. I
Yes.
think I know what you're talking about.
where he like goes and like talks about but he gets really into the tattoo world because so many people have gotten tattoos of him, and like
Yeah,
he's become like iconic.
I'd love to meet him. He
Yeah.
seems like such a fun guy, like
But
weird,
dude,
wacky
come
guy.
Well,
to
shop,
talk to.
guys,
Hit him
check
up
out
on
this
Instagram.
video on it because it's super cool, and he actually tattoos a tattoo artist that was like a big. I'm like, fuck. I would have been like, yes, daddy.
I feel like Jeff Goldblum,
Life,
the older
finds
he
a way.
gets, he's like the new Betty White, but a male version of Betty White.
He's just beloved, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, for
Yes.
Yeah, he's just like so wholesome. I don't think there's like anything he could do to. I mean, there's a lot he could probably do to make people not like him, but he doesn't. So that's why people like him. True. That's
What were you gonna say?
It was actually a part of The World According to Jeff Bloom.
period.
Jeff Goldblum.
Was he friends with Harvey Weinstein? That's one we could check off. then for sure.
I think not.
Do not cancel the apartments.com guy.
Life will find a way.
Yeah, we'll find a way.
I mean, come on. We all saw the water droplet fucking scene in Jurassic Park. We know what type of guy he is. But hey, we all still love him. But it's about that time. We've hit about an hour. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in this week. That should wrap it up. Braxton, what do you got to say? Oh, you look like you were ready to spit something out.
What was that again?
What's that? No, what'd you say?
Nothing.
Slay Boots house down.
Nothing.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my lord.
Anyway.
All right. Peace out.
Bye.
Later.